You might be telling yourself just one more year is the safe and responsible choice, but actually it might be the most dangerous mistake you can make. You see, waiting until 65 or later could cost you the healthiest, most vibrant years of your life, years you can never get back. The number one regret of older retirees is wishing they had lived life sooner. Today, I'm sharing 5 urgent reasons to stop waiting and start living. Can you hear the sound of your own clock ticking? Hey, let's just sit and chat about this. I was playing pickleball the other day, and I realized something. For years, I was so focused on having the right shoes, the right paddle, chasing the next thing. We do the same thing with work. We chase that next promotion, that next raise, that one more year of savings. And that realization led me to a simple truth that completely changes the retirement equation, and I'm going to share it with you right now. After 30 or 40 years on the grind, you're carrying stress you don't even feel anymore. The goal isn't to just stop working, it's to start a rebirth, your discovery years. And if you're over 55, you are standing in a magical window of time. My only goal today is to help you see it before your door closes. And I know the biggest question on your mind is, how can I possibly afford this? We are going to get to that. So, what's the first reason? It's that your health has an expiration date. I know what you're thinking. I'm healthy, and that's amazing. But we need to talk about your healthy life expectancy, because the actual number of good years the average person has left is pretty shocking. Let me break this down for you. The average retirement age is 65, but shockingly, the average healthy life expectancy in the US is only about 66.1 years old. Wait, did you catch that? That leaves, on average, just over a year of healthy, active retirement before things can get complicated. That's the shocking reality we're up against. Think of it like this. Your 60s are your go-go years. This is when you can hike, travel, and play with your grandkids without a second thought. Your 70s are the slow-go years. And your 80s? Well, those can be the no-go years. Every extra year you work in your early 60s, you are trading a year of go-go for another year behind a desk. So, what does this mean for you? It means you have to guard those go-go years like the treasure they are. If this is already hitting home, do yourself a favor and hit the save button on this video. You'll want to come back to this when you're making your final decisions. That brings me to my next point, which is avoiding the single biggest regret in retirement. I've talked to so many retirees, and it's not about money. It's about time. They all say, I wish I had retired earlier. To put it another way, $1,000 spent on a hiking trip at 62 brings 100 times more joy than $1,000 spent on a fancy walker at 82. At some point, you have to stop trading present joy for future security you may not be healthy enough to enjoy. Here's where it gets interesting. All of life is a balancing act between 3 things: your time, your health, and your money. When you were younger, you had time and health, but no money. In your 70s and 80s, you might have time and money, but your health is fading. But here's the twist. Right now, in your late 50s or early 60s, you are standing in the magical triangle, that sweet spot where your health is still good, your money is sufficient, and you can finally take back your time. Choosing to work one more year inside this magical window is like trading gold for dust. And stick with me, because I'm about to show you why the amount of gold you think you need is probably wrong anyway. I know what you're thinking. This is great, but I'm just not financially ready. Are you sure? Or have you been infected with the just one more year disease? It's a trap. Let me tell you a secret. Most people I talk to are way closer than they think. Look, can I be really honest with you for a second? The financial industry benefits when you feel like you're not ready. They're chasing a generic number they saw online instead of figuring out their actual number. The bottom line is, you don't need maximization, you need sufficiency. Is it really worth sacrificing one of your precious go-go years to get your portfolio from 90% to 95% of some imaginary goal? In almost every case, close enough is good enough. Don't miss this. You need to run the numbers for your life, not someone else's. Okay, so what about boredom? That's the last big fear, right? The old idea of retirement was a retreat. You stop everything, but that leads straight to an identity crisis. The 5th reason to retire now is to launch your second act. It's a rebirth. What would you actually do with your time? Seriously, think about it for a second. Pause for a second. Imagine this. What if you worked just 10 hours a week doing something you love? Consulting in your field on your own terms, working at a bookstore, turning a hobby into a little side income? This isn't about needing the money. It's about staying connected, creative, and having a sense of purpose. Now, here's a quick pro tip. If you plan to do this and take Social Security before your full retirement age, you just need a simple strategy. Earning too much can temporarily reduce your benefits, but don't worry, it's not a permanent penalty, and navigating it is easier than you think. So there you have it. 5 reasons why waiting to retire is a gamble with the most valuable thing you own, your go-go years. We've talked about the health clock, the magical triangle, and the one more year trap. The goal was to give you the permission you might need to stop chasing more and start living. Preferably now, right? And if you're still with me, here's the good part. You've made the decision that it's time to retire sooner. But the big question remains. How do you strategically create the income to fund these active, amazing years without running out of money? That's why you need to click and watch this next video right here. It breaks down the 7 smart reasons to file for Social Security at age 62, giving you the immediate cash flow plan to make your dream a reality. Click over here so that you can build your plan now.